and gentlemen, Madam President of Republic of Estonia.
Dear journalists, we have just come to an end of one journey and a new journey for us all who were elected to the Security Council today will start today. I do not see even contested seats when we finally come to the end of the journey as something of a matter of a win and loss. I would really like to thank our competitors from Romania. Together, we did a great campaign for multilateralism. I believe that together we did a great campaign also for this organization in our own countries and in our part of the world. Multilateralism is the only tool, a nuclear weapon for small countries, as once called it Lennart Meri, the first president of Estonia after we regained our independence. It was an effort of 14 years to arrive here, and we are extremely grateful to all of our electorate who voted for us today. At the same time, of course, now when the campaign is over, Estonia will strive to represent all countries in the United Nations with honesty, integrity, and transparency. As a small country, our membership will very much be run from here, from New York. Our ambassador has promised to be open to discussions with all countries, all representatives of all countries here in New York. And we continue to keep in contact with our friends, partners, allies, brothers and sisters globally everywhere to make sure that all of our decisions are well informed and rely on the information we have got from those people who are really concerned with these difficult discussions, which we will have to undertake in the Security Council. In a way, it's a long journey for our country. We regained independence 30 years ago, and we now felt we are ready to take responsibility, take part in even these very hard, the hardest debates we have in a multilateral system, in United Nations Security Council. Estonia has always supported and based its decisions on international law, the principles of international law, and the decisions formally taken by this organization. I believe that the Estonian track record in this organization is what gave us these 132 votes today. And I'm extremely grateful for all of my compatriots who have made this happen during these 30 years here in UN for today. Our Foreign Minister, Mr. Reinsalu, will continue soon and give you a little bit more precise overview about Estonia's plans and agendas in United Nations Security Council. But I have a little bit more which I want to add to this presentation of my country's aims and objectives. Last Sunday, Estonia lost a member of a campaign team, a member of Estonian Parliament from the year 1992, Mr. Mart Nutt. He was a campaigner for human rights. He was a campaigner for small nations, for small national groups who didn't even have their own states. He was always standing up for the weaker side, and he was always stressing, he couldn't stress it more, everything starts with international law and human rights. Thank you, Mart Nutt, and we dedicate this win to you, dear Mart. Thank you for listening.
Dear journalists, later on we will have time for questions, but first of all, there will be also a statement from our Foreign Minister, Mr. Reinsalu.
Plane is going on or what? Dear friends, it has been a very interesting voting. I was very excited indeed to follow the Eastern European group voting. And truly, on behalf of the Estonian government, let me pay tribute to all the countries who gave the vote, either in first or second round to Estonia. Let me pay tribute also to Romania. It has been a fair competition. Romania is doing a great job during the presidency in European Union Council. We are friends, and we have followed also Romanian non-permanent members program. Let me pay tribute also to our President of the Republic, who has been basically a strategical leader of that campaign, what we have passed successfully, and to Estonian devoted diplomats during the half a generation great work. I think every country deserves to be a non-permanent member, and also small countries deserve that. It's the first time going to be for Estonia. We are very excited. Our program is very much based on international law principles. International law principles have to prevail in conflict resolution and prevention. This is our main strategical goal. Secondly, we would like to address a lot also modern threats what our globe is facing, including cybersecurity issues. This is something we would horizontally to put to the agenda in coming years of the Security Council. And thirdly, I think the Security Council itself has to be more transparent, more efficient, and therefore we are very much a friend of Security Council reform. It's going to be a very interesting period during coming 2 years. I shared my ideas also with some of our colleagues who will become non-permanent members from next year. Congratulations to all 4 countries who were elected beside Estonia today. And we discussed that maybe it would be an interesting idea also in a routine basis to form also a foreign ministers meeting of G10 or non-permanent members group. We'd like to very much to see also a stronger cooperation between these countries. So Estonia, with this good news, is ready, and we are truly thankful and enthusiastic to all countries who gave our vote. We will not make any disappointments. That's a guarantee. Thank you.
And Estonian President and Minister of Foreign Affairs are now ready to answer the questions also, if there are some. Is there any question from international press? Everybody has left already. So, there is? Okay. Please identify yourself. And
Hi, my name is Shauna McGee. Sorry. You had mentioned Security Council reform being high on your agenda. What vision do you bring to the Security Council on this issue? You know, what vision do you bring? Because it's been a heavily debated issue for decades. So any insights would be helpful. Thank you.
Well, surely we will not become David against Goliath, who can manage in a year of that. Surely this is an issue of dialogue and multilateral solutions. But I think for Estonia it's important to address that. And we'd like to see that every regional group should have basically a permanent membership in the Security Council. We'd like to see also Germany and Japan becoming a permanent members in Security Council. And we'd like to see a more transparency in decision making when debating the resolutions. So these will be our pillars. Thank you.
is there any more questions?